Good morning, students. Finally, we have finished the F.W. Taylor's principles as well as all the scientific techniques. And now we move on to yet another person's principles, and he is called Henry Fayol. And Henry Fayol's principles are famous as general principles, or he himself is famous as the father of general principles of management. And F.W. Taylor is famous as the father of scientific management. So you'll get a question. Who is the father of general management? Henry Fayol. And who is the father of scientific management? F.W. Taylor. So we are going to start with Henry Fayol's 14 principles of management. And don't get scared, 14 is a big number, right? But all these principles are so simple and so easy to learn as well as understand. And also we can implement those principles, all of the principles in our daily life. Okay, so very interesting. I cannot finish all the 14 principles at a stretch in one class. We will divide it and we will do it this week. I'm sure we will complete this chapter and learn it as well. Thank you.
Henry Fayol was called the father of general management, and he gave 14 principles of management. They were division of work, authority, responsibility, discipline, unity of command, unity of direction, subordination of individual interest to general interest, remuneration of personal, centralization and decentralization, scalar chain, order, equity, stability of tenure or personal, initiative, and the last one being esprit de corps. Let us understand and learn all the 14 principles one by one. The first principle was called the division of work. Fayol said that any work, of course the work in the organization, can be divided among individuals and departments. That means you take any work, it can be divided into small jobs, and to do each job, you have to put a specialist. A specialist in purchase department should be put in purchase department. A specialist in production should be put in production department. A specialist who is very good at marketing should be put in marketing department. And a specialist who is very good in accounts should be put in accounts department. And a specialist who is good in finance should be put in finance department. This leads to specialization. The person who is doing the work becomes a specialist because he is doing the same work every day on a daily basis. So what happens to the quality of work he does? The quality increases, the quantity increases, and also the cost reduces. The second principle is called the authority and responsibility. According to Fayol, he says, authority means the power to take decisions. So whoever has authority, he has the power. Responsibility means obligation to complete a job. That means, what do you mean by obligation? Obligation is nothing but duty. Okay. So according to Fayol, he says, if you're giving authority to someone, you have to also give him responsibility. And if you're giving responsibility to someone, you have to give him sufficient authority to complete that work. What do I mean by saying that now? Imagine a person who has been given the responsibility of safeguarding a building. Who is he? He is a security guard. Okay, maybe his level is the lowest level in that organization compared to the CEO and managers and even the workers. But if the company does not give him sufficient authority to stop people and check them and ask them, okay, and not allowing certain people to enter the building, then how will he complete his task to protect the building? Therefore, when authority is given, if you give them full power, make sure you give them a lot of responsibility. Otherwise, they will misuse their power. And if responsibility is given to a person, make sure you give him sufficient authority to complete his work. Suppose this security guard is not given the authority to check people and to ask questions to people, he will not be able to do his work. So, according to Fayol, he says that authority and responsibility should be balanced. Okay, if you're giving authority, give them equal responsibility. And if you're giving responsibility to a person, you give him sufficient authority. There should be a balance between the authority and the responsibility. The third principle is discipline, according to Fayol. Now he says that employees must obey and respect the rules and regulations of the organization. If there is good discipline, it will result in effective leadership and regulation in the company. The work will get done at the right time and correctly. He says that you have to maintain good discipline in order to make expectations clear to the people. If some work is given within a particular period of time, they have to do. There are certain things that they are supposed to do, there are certain things that they are not supposed to do. And if they are doing things which they are not supposed to do, it has to be corrected. Okay, and penalties must be charged if they do not follow the rules and regulations of the organization. So discipline must be enforced among the employees. If they are self-disciplined, good, but if they are not, then it has to be enforced by charging penalty. The next and the fourth principle of Henry Fayol of general management is called the unity of command. According to this principle, Fayol says there should be only one boss for every employee. That means if I am an employee in an organization, I should have only one boss. That means I should get the instructions to do something and not to do something only from one person. I am not supposed to have 2 or 3 bosses. Okay, that is called as unity of command. Now, what is the result of unity of command? It reduces confusion. Imagine I have 2, 3 bosses. Okay, one boss will tell me to do something, another one will tell something else, another one will tell something else. And I will be completely confused whose work I should do first, whose I should do second, whose I should do third, and each one will be telling different things. It will totally confuse me and I will not be able to do my work properly. So what does Fayol say? One employee must have only one boss, and he called it as unity of command. The next and the fifth principle of Fayol, unity of direction. According to Fayol, one group must be led only by one manager. Okay, so this group, let's call it as a department. So purchase department should have only one purchase manager. Production department must have one production manager, and marketing department must have one marketing manager. Okay, so this avoids the confusion between the departments, and the workers or the employees are able to do work better when they are instructed only by one head or one group leader. Okay, so what does Fayol suggest? Fayol says there should be only one head or one plan for a group of activities having the same objective. Now purchase, what is the purchase department's objective? To purchase. What is the production department's objective? To produce. What is the marketing department's objective? To sell and to market, right? So each group must have only one leader or one head. This will reduce the confusion and it will bring better productivity among the workers.